Anderson, of course, will have other ideas. A bit of a suggestion that he was using the inside of his gloves with some of those punches, Anderson. He's made a fast start though, Barry, trying to carry it to Peters, trying to put him under pressure early on.
Well, Peters stepped to him first, didn't he? For his hands, hitting him with the jabs, his hands nice and tight, trying to walk him down, but Amsterdam will fire back at over that.
Good shots. Real good meaty body shots from Anderson.
Nice technique there from Peters. And a good right hand there as well.
One of 9 kids, Callum Peters. Probably tell you that you have to be a fighter to survive in that sort of family. Good opening from Anderson though. He's putting some decent punches together. Oh, a good solid right hand. He clipped Peters with that. And he felt the weight of that. Got tagged in the first round of his first round fight, did Callum Peters. Under pressure again.
Slapping.
And, well, for the second time, he's told, tidy up your punching.
Well, nice uppercut there from Peters in close. And that's where you got to be, Peters, in the middle there. Amsterdam throws a shot to their looping punches. Nice. Oh, good right hand there from Amsterdam, but then Peters pays him back with a good shot.
Amsterdam looking a bit busier in the first 2 rounds, the first 2 minutes of the round, rather. Watch those little right hand uppercuts inside Peters. Look for another one.
Oh, nice right hand over the top there.
I think a few Australian viewers and followers would have thought that Peters might have gone out there and just swarmed all over Anderson and been looking for a first round finish. Well, it's not quite worked out that way. He did clip him hard to the head in there, and another closing second. Oh, big end to the round for Callum Peters. Anderson makes his way back to his corner and he shipped 2 really solid right hands.
That wasn't bad, was it? That wasn't bad at all, was it?
Good work and a little bit of hanging round a little bit too long.
It's a good round.
Okay. When you
tight round as well.
I want a little bit more movement. Okay. I want you getting round the sides a little.
I do like the look of Callum Peters.
Yeah, he's good to watch, because he's a little bit vulnerable. He's just some quality work, but he's also vulnerable. Holds his feet a little bit too long than he should to take shots, but then always fires back when he's under pressure. Some good work here from Amsterdam, but he's also vulnerable. He also lifts his chin when he throws his shot. So you got 2 guys with different styles, but similar faults.
And this was right at the end of the round. Momentarily, Desmond Anderson didn't quite know where he was. A little bit of a nick over the left eye, and all judges giving it the way of the Australian. Enjoyable contest to watch this one, Barry. Easy on the eye.
Oh, it's good stuff, isn't it?
Oh, lovely uppercut inside from Peters. Jerked back the head as he brought the left hand up through the middle.
So the referee doesn't spoil a good fight here.
Seems determined to make his mark on it, doesn't he?
Go make him a cup of tea, John. Oh, good shot there. Good work ethic here as well from Peters.
Walking him down.
Yeah, he's not giving him any respite, is he?
Good left hand. and now working away to the body. Got a great engine. Tell you what, they talk about man strength as well. He's only 19 years old. He's going to be a prospect when he gets some.
Yes, for sure.
Oh, a great shot, and he's going to get a standing 8 for that. Anderson doesn't like it. He took it well, but the referee was right on hand, and he saw the head knocked back by a terrific right hand.
Well, he's frustrated, Anderson, because he's a tough guy, isn't he? So he didn't, even though it was a good shot, he didn't feel hurt, and he was disappointed with that.
Speed of the shot, wasn't it? It's the ones you don't see, and he didn't see it coming.
It's good movement there from Peters. That's a lovely move around the body there to get that right hand into play.
Nice jab there. Good movement. Varying the angle of his attack, the Australian.
He just squared his feet up a little bit when he tries to spin around the target. Got to be careful with that.
Here we go. He's looking for the power shot. One more might be enough. Often referees, if they give 2 standing 8 counts in a round, will say enough is enough. And he's really digging in with these shots now. And he's going to get one. Now, is the referee going to allow it to continue? 2 standing 8 counts, and he says no, enough is enough. And Desmond Anderson bitterly disappointed. He doesn't feel as though he was really hurt, and he thinks he could have continued. But Callum Peters, yep, he's a work in progress. There's technical things which you could work on and improve on, but he is a real prospect. Yeah,
he really is. He's really good to watch, isn't he? And he's got a really good engine. You know, he's positive in everything he does, you know, and he commits to his attacks. I'm disappointed for Amsterdam because he could have carried on. Clearly could have carried on. He wasn't hurt. And I understand the rules in amateur boxing are slightly different, of course, but you could have given him another standing count later on if that would have been deemed necessary. There was no reason to stop it for me.
Desmond Amsterdam, well, he was caught earlier in the round by that big right hand, wasn't he? And there's another one.
It's a good shot, and okay, the standing 8 count is warranted. I understand that the head's been hit back, and that's what they look for. That's what they deem necessary for it.
In the context of the fight, though, the big lads who both hit hard, and he took the shot. He could have continued.
I don't think those shots were particularly hard for the big guy. I think they were good shots, but I don't think they were shots that were going to rock his the soles of your boots.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee stops the contest in round number 2 in favour of your winner. In the blue corner, representing Australia, Callum Peters.
Desmond Amsterdam given a sporting hug and a shake of hands by Callum Peters. He's bitterly disappointed. He thinks he could have been given more chance to prosper in the fight than he was. He even has a shake of hands for the referee. But Callum Peters is the story. He holds the ropes open for his beaten opponent, and Callum Peters will move on into the last 4, and he's going to take some stopping. He's a real danger man. Crowd loved him. He'll fight either Cameron Moses or Sim Bonco, who's going to be fighting it out in the last middleweight contest of the night.
Beautiful, mate, well done.
Callum Peterson first accounts for Summit, talented Indian, then accounts for a good man from Guyana in Desmond Amsterdam. And now, how far can he go? He'll believe he can go all the way to the gold medal. Maybe he can.
Go, baby, go.
Victory for Australia. We move on now to the last of our men's middleweight quarterfinals. It's Grenada against South Africa. Cameron Moses up against Simnikiwe Bonco, known to all his friends and fans simply as Sim. Hungarian referee Veronika Schuks.
First to the ring, boxing out of the red corner, representing Grenada, Cameron Moses.
Moses, a good, slick boxer who outpointed Few Tui of Tuvalu to get to this point.
And his opponent boxing out of the blue corner, representing South Africa, Simnikiwe Bonco.
Sim's also known as Nuclear Bomb among his fans. He claims to have lost only 5 fights out of 217. Left hook's his big punch. Comes from the Duncan Village Township outside East London. And he says quite simply, this man who cites his hero as Roy Jones Jr., I am here to win the gold medal. Outpointed Fode Badji of Gambia in the first round. What can he do against the altogether more elusive Cameron Moses?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a quarter-final in the men's middleweight division, fought over 3 3-minute rounds. Introducing to you first, boxing out of the red corner, representing Grenada, Cameron Moses. And his opponent in the blue corner, representing South Africa, Simnikiwe Bonco.
This is only Bonco's second international tournament. Still inexperienced. I'll tell you what, if that claim of his amateur record is right, only 5 defeats in 217, if that's right, it is mighty impressive. So, away we go. Big hug for Bonco before the action begins. Moses, a tall, rangy southpaw. Had some good athletes over the years, Grenada. Here, a boxer looking for gold medal, maybe. Good left hand, first scoring punch.
Yeah, really good shot that, wasn't it? Really well timed.
Kirani James, isn't it? Their brilliant 400-meter runner. He's been a terrific athlete for a decade.
Oh, again, good right hand.
Oh, great right hand.
And a left hook to follow it as well.
And Bonco felt the weight of that.
But he sits on the back foot, Bonco, but he's going to be such a reach disadvantage that he's still in distance, he's still in trouble.
Very athletic Moses, isn't he? Good coordination. Looks as though he could run a decent 400 metres himself.
And the acceleration of the punch as well. I think Bonco's struggling to read that. And sat on that back foot, he got nowhere else to go.
Well, Bonco's chin, we've heard about his punching power, but his chin tested in the early stages here, and he ships another one. He's got the power punches, says Bonco, but he's absorbed a lot in the opening half of this first round. Again, a good left hand.
Yeah, it's too predictable, Bonco. You know he's only looking for that right hand.
What's that about, Barry? I don't know what that was. I don't know. I honestly don't know what that was.
Stepping on the toe. But they're southpaw and orthodox, so that's always going to happen. But I guess the referee thought it was an intentional trip.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I got the impression watching them that it was going a bit more the other way.
Oh, shot. Oh, good response there back from Bonco.
He needed one. He'd been on the receiving end in this first round. Another solid right hand.
Takes a good shot, doesn't he? I don't know how hard Moses hits, but they're snappy shots from a big fella, that's all I know.
Look at the face of Eddie Hearn behind the two fighters there, loving every moment. Always on the lookout for a signing.
Yeah. He's Googling Callum Peters, isn't he? That's exactly what he's doing. I mean, we all know that, let's be honest.
Well, he's the one bloke who we've seen, I think, this week, who really does have the look of a potential successful professional boxer. Well, the opening round there clearly has to go to the man from Grenada.
Oh, yeah, clearly. That's a catchy, though. Didn't you see that dynamite from Mozambique the other night? He was unbelievable. I mean, he was a ready-made pro already.
Actually, I did.
I got a list, actually. I'll read it to you later.
I'll look forward to that.
Oh, good start there from Moses. Oh, it's a lovely right hook. And he knocks Bonco off balance, but he takes a really good shot. He got a solid chin, and he's needed that tonight.
He landed one or two of his own, but the huge weight of punch by number goes this fella's way. Moses landed a lot more. Well, I can't understand that. 3 out of the 5 judges give it South Africa's way. Please explain, Murray.
That's crazy, isn't it?
That's one word for it.
Listen, they're the judges, they're the experts, but from my point of view, it looked like all the quality shots came from Moses.
Bonco wasn't landing anything for most of the round. But he's ahead in the fight. That I cannot understand.
No, it's a good shot.
I can understand those, though. Left hand and 2 right hands from the more diminutive, stocky South African. And another big shot.
It's a good shot, isn't it?
The referee suggesting that he turned his back there, I think. But he's had the better of this round so far, the South African.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he?
Altogether more belief in his work, and he's looking for the big shots.
Well, Moses is not letting his hands go. That's the difference, I feel. And maybe because he knows the scores.
Referee saying, come on, box, box.
No.
Moses has hardly landed a meaningful shot in this second round.
Yeah, he had such a good start, didn't he? I thought in the first round. And it looked like it was going to be a bit of an exciting scrap, didn't it? But it's a little bit tame.
Maybe he's felt the weight of the South Africans' punches now.
And maybe he's seen the scores when he might have thought he had a great round, seen the scores and gone, no, no, I don't know what to do now. I'm lost in what my plan is and what maybe I should change.
Well, the confidence certainly gone.
We felt that left hook there.
And he's being tagged.
Yeah, it was good left hook there from Bonco.
Both of them big punches there.
It was going to come.
Oh my word!
What was that all
What
about?
is that about? Both of them landed solid shots, and Bonco, yeah, okay, he was caught, but I mean, standing 8 count.
I don't understand. I understand he's been caught, but he's throwing back as well at the same time. I don't see. I understand if you get caught and it stops you in the track, then fair enough.
Well, just because the referees called it, it doesn't necessarily mean that the judges have to call it, of course. Well, it's the last few seconds of a round which Bonco had clearly won, but for the deducted points.
Well, that's what we thought, so...
Out. In. Out. In. Move away from him now. 6, 7 jab, Cameron. Move away from him. Move away from him. You're leading.
Not a deducted point, of course. It was the standing 8 counts. There's where it came.
Yeah, it's madness. It's not. You know, it's like a knockdown, or we'd have a different in professional sport. In professional boxing, it's a big worry for you. It's a point against you, but in amateur boxing, it's to give you that rest, isn't it?
Well, the judges not particularly impressed by that, and they all were in favour of Bonco. 3 judges now have it level, and 2 in Bonco's direction. So as things stand, the South African is on his way, but if Cameron Moses were to win on those 3 judges' cards who have it level, then the Grenada man still has an opportunity.
Well, on my card, it doesn't matter. Everyone a piece, and I thought Moses clearly won the first round. Bonco definitely won the second.
However you view it, this 3rd round is a round of some importance.
Oh, good left hooks there from Bonco. The second one was a better one as well. And again, from the range now, hasn't he?
Landing with 1 or 2 of these fairly flush, maybe doesn't have quite the punch power that he talks about.
He doesn't. I think it's I think he can punch, but I think it's an illusion. You see a few fighters like that, they look quite dynamic, but actually there's just not the pop in the shots that it appears to be.
No. And you could think of a few fighters who, if they landed with the sort of shots that he... Oh, now, what's happening here?
Standing count for Moses.
He's giving
now.
Moses a standing 8. Veronica Schuks, the Hungarian referee, has had an important bearing on this fight.
Well, if those standing counts don't affect the scorecards, then they don't matter, do they?
Head coming in, feet getting tangled up as well.
Shot. Yeah, the first round was really good, wasn't it? I thought it was going to be a really exciting fight.
Yes, and just a wee bit disappointing from then onwards.
Sounding quite caught fire, is it?
Who's going to be able to produce something special in these last 30 seconds?
Yeah, I sort of feel like Bongo's had the better of this, maybe, but not by much.
I don't think there's a huge amount in it, Barry. Bonco maybe, but he's not going to be sending shock waves across the world. I don't think Callum Peters is going to be too worried if he's watching somewhere.
No. Especially with the engine that he has. Well, good right hand there from Bonco.
Well, Bonco thinks he's done enough. I think we can safely say he believes he's won.
Talk about selling to the judges, eh?
Everybody knows what he thinks, the 5 judges included.
I tell you, if you've got a judge here who haven't quite put the score on his card and they're not quite sure, and he's shouting like that,
you might be tempted to go the other way.
we've seen some managers in the pro game back in yesterday who lift fighters up the ring and scream and shout and when they've lost every round, and that's had an effect on the scorecards. I thought it was almost, even though Moses lost the first round on the judges' scorecards, I thought it was all him in the first round. The second round I thought was a good round for Bonco, and then that 3rd round, then I thought Bonco just did enough to nick it. Well, I thought he did more than enough to nick it. I
think Bonco's won the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision for your winner, In the blue corner, representing South Africa, Simnikiwe Bonco.
Gets it on all 5 judges' cards. Moses must be disappointed, particularly after the way he started. Whatever the judges say, I think it was very hard to see how Bonco won that opening round. Third round, though, they were unanimous in Bonco's favour, and so he comes home unanimously on the 5 cards.
Yeah, and ultimately we got to feel that, you know, everyone thought that Bonco won the fight. I think that's the main thing, and you know, and as long as the right guy gets the win, how he gets there is almost irrelevant, isn't it? Yeah, and it was a great first round. The second and third not so good. You know, they were a bit tentative, but yeah, he moves on and gets a medal, and that's fantastic for him.
And that semi-final, Callum Peters against Simnikiwe Bonco, is going to be certainly one worth watching. Peters, the exciting young Australian, against this man, the South African Bonco. There's the scores. All 5 judges giving the last round, and so the verdict was unanimous.